Anyone who's been here recently has noticed that the floor, you can't generally see it. Now, you can't see much more of it at the moment, but I just want to show progress. Progress, okay, all right. So, still more to do tomorrow. We've got a lot of really nice items that still boxes and got to come out of boxes and bits and pieces and little curious things like a lot of people haven't seen these before, but these were Palomar 2 kilowatt LED meters that really interesting. Anyway, apologies I haven't got through as much. My goal was to get through the rest of this today because Sam went and got me these $30 desks, which are fantastic, by the way, because they've given me a bit of a reason to clean up a little bit. Oh, geez, so I'm just leaning down here. What's that one? Every time I find a manual on the ground, I'm sort of looking and just going, what is it? Because it probably goes with something. And in this case, this goes with a tono. Okay, so that's for the tono over here. So anyway, we'll sort that out. These have all got to go on the shelf. So just a very brief rundown. A few boxed radios and bits and handhelds which you've seen before. I've had to sort of just pull these over to a side. A few bits and pieces which some of you who know me know that they came from you. Some very nice little FDV 250 there too. And there's my new Codan antenna from Ivan. I just sold one to Andy. And I realised I need one, so I went and bought another one. Under all the rubbish, we've got transverters and UP Terrors, and anyway. But let's get to the mics. Let's get to sort of just a rough look at where we've got to. Some of these bits you've seen, but I've just had to try and get them sort of stacked up so that I can find them. And an old Chiba, geez, I tell you what. The DX160s, that there came from my mate Marcus over in WA. It's a Dick Smith Tedelex AM set, which you might sort of go, well, it's not very exciting, but it's pretty exciting when you see it's like new in the box. Some of this is the Adelaide trip. A lot of you have been hearing me talk about the Adelaide trip, and I have not had a chance for the 3 months to get to some of this gear. So what you're seeing at the moment is stuff that's been bubble wrapped for months, 3 months at least, two and a half, 3, anyway. This was a bit interesting. This came from Alex Gender, and I've probably got a little bit of work to do to it, but it's an old Firebird, and these were an old CB amp, and this will be interesting. Don't get me wrong, he didn't say that it didn't work, he just wasn't sure whether it did work, and that was fine by me because I don't mind doing a bit of a build. That there is a 10 metre SBE. Looks like a Craco basically, but it's actually 10 metres, so be better if it was out of the box. Beautiful T4XE and R4C, and that's got a couple of matching bits and pieces. Very nice tuner there. The W4 watt meter, always love those. I think they're a really nice looking watt meter. Look, these mics, I've got boxes more of these sitting here. I just didn't really get a chance to pull them all out, and as you can see, there's millions more over there. This has got to be the cleanest IC701 I've ever seen in my life with matching power supply. Unfortunately, I've got things everywhere, not making it easy, and the light in here is a bit average too. YC500S. Maybe someone on the YouTube comments can tell me why an S is different, because I know why, but do you? This one, I think I did a picture of one stage before, the Courier to suit the Gladiators, etc., Spartans. This was a particularly great pickup for a mate of mine in Adelaide. This Swan 400, I would have walked over broken glass to get this. Yes, there is things in between that rubber, just so you know. This is a very nice looking Swan, and that's, yeah, anyway. This is a very average looking Uniden AX144, but because it's, sort of going to clean up okay, and, it's not sort of too bad, we are going to do the President Trump front finally, and so we'll do a little special video. Now, I just bought an FT1000. Someone might want to tell me the DVS2. Now, if I go for a bit of a walk, you'll find that walking, there is an FT1000 with BPF1 sitting right here in the box. Now, I'm going to put that on top of that, and I'm going to look it up on the internet. Does a DVS2 go with an FT1000? Once again, leave YouTube comments if you know. This is just another rack we just did the other day because we ran out of space, and it's just a few bits and pieces. But okay, back to we were and people said there were no FC102s. Yeah, well, let me tell you, the answer to that question is there are no good FC102s. They're very hard to find. All right, let's go back to where we were. So just a little bit of a run backwards, otherwise we'll get lost. And this is just a really quick show through. Got Henty tomorrow, so it's a no radio day tomorrow. External VFO, cream one for the FV107. Unfortunately, I don't have a good FT107 that's in any sort of good condition. I've got one that's a bit average. The other thing too is, you'll notice, I was talking to Rob VK2QR about this. You notice how they used to yellow off all the time? It sort of was always a bit of a pain, that. This here came from my good mates at the Wagga Club. It's got the HM10 microphone with it, and also the original. It's got also original books and everything sitting under there. It's IC730, very, very clean, really nice actually. As you guys know, look, I won't bore you with FT101 series. We've got about 8 or 9 still sitting around the place, so most people know that, so no big deal. Tono 5000E came from a good mate of mine up in the northeastern suburbs in Adelaide, and I used to have one when I was a kid, so nostalgia came in. Now, some of you guys collect Tedalexes, you know, T2000s, 6000s, 7000s, etc., 4000s. Well, this is a little bit different. This was the, were they 8 channel? I can't remember now. 9 channel, and they had CB9SA. Now, so when you see a Tedalex bass and you see the CB9 on there, it's actually just one that's had a 40 channel switch put into it. FT290R, that came from a Adelaide Hills amateur radio auction. These are a little bit special. I always enjoy the FT620 series. Now, I've got a couple, so we're not going to need 2, but the deal was buy 2, get 1 free. No, not quite. But I'll keep the one with the box, unfortunately. This is my good old mate, Andre, who's been doing a bit of collecting for me. A lot of these bits here, Andre, VK3WS. And this one, this is where it actually pulls out of the carriage. Quite good. So good on you, Andre. You're a legend. This is the 2 meter version of the FT620, so the FT220. And once again, you know, nice colour buttons. I've got the FR101, FL101 with the same colour buttons as well. Now these here, you may not recognise these, but these are incredible receivers. Wandel Gottleman out of Germany. And seriously, hook one of these up one day. Cheapest fun you'll ever have. They, you know, attenuated, the whole lot on board. Look, you know, you'll pick one up for about $100. They're not overly expensive, but I'll tell you what, they are magic. They're quite something. Okay, so FT301, FC301, some of the cleanest bits I've ever seen, and I've actually got one of these. I've got one of these here as well, and basically, I'll probably keep this one because it is much cleaner than mine. Mine's clean, but anyway. TS120V in the box, AT230, like brand new. The Scooper 9000 is basically the Swedish version of a 23 channel CB radio, and Had to repair that one, but it really come up well. Thank you very much to Alex Gender. So okay, basically the FT221 there. Sorry. So this is to match your 301 series. Now I've got both the digital and the non-digital, and I'll always keep both because, you know, when you get a 221 sitting next to it like that, it just looks great. They really do. More FT101Zs, 530s. 101Es, 101s. This one's had a very hard life, unfortunately. It's a DR31, but yeah, it's beyond sort of saving that one. It works, don't get me wrong. This is a major. You don't see a lot of these. This was the version with FM, high-low, etc., in the box, so not bad. Now, you don't see a lot of these. SP620 and the SP610. And one was an oscilloscope and one was a pan display, basically. So great with Heath gear because, of course, got the right IF. Beautiful one from Andre. Once again, Mr. MAW, you are just a legend. That will go with my 101 series. I've got a few different 101 series, etc. So basically, the rest is just boring. If anyone wants a TS700, which is missing its lens, unfortunately, apparently it works okay, but yeah. But we've still got a fair bit to get through. There's sort of boxes. It's all the smaller stuff now. But today, getting these desks that Sam got, $30 each, steel frame desks. You don't see it, but underneath they've got a stack of PowerPoints as well. So as we get this gear put away, we've got a lot better service area, and what we've created is a bit of an area where we can double use these racks now. Normally we'd go into the center of these racks and we'd deal with everything, but we weren't getting really good usage of the space. We'll be able to walk down an alleyway and actually do what we're starting to do here. Have stuff viewable from both sides and be able to walk straight through. And ideally, all this stuff here, we actually want to try and use this more as just workbenches, etc., because I'm a bit cluttered over on the other side. But yeah, so this will be the idea. We'll just keep on going with, and once again, this is what we're trying to do. Apollo, you know, try and get things in some sort of order. We're getting better with the ham radio gear. We've still got a fair way to go with the CB gear and the scanners and bits and pieces. But as you can see, it's just giving us a little bit more room. I say that, and I'm just trying to get past a fan at the moment. My collection of Turner mics, I've been collecting Turner mics in the box for years, so that didn't happen overnight. Kind of curious what that speaker is at the moment. We've been debating, Rob and I, VK2QR, and I'm just going to try and not break anything here, whether or not I've got an SP5 to suit the FT1000 that I'm so overjoyed about. What does that say on the back? I can't read it. So we still don't really know, do we? Hang on. Just hope nothing breaks. Hang on. Oh, sorry, guys. I know this is not really very good photography. And what do we have here? An SP6. Okay, so the SP6, I think that's what it said. Sorry, let me just get this flat somewhere. Another SP6. I've actually got the SP6 with the time wave thing in it. I've got another SP6. So no SP5 just yet, guys. Well, unless there's one in this rubbish all through here somewhere, but I don't know. Look, we are getting more sorted, and it is getting there. When we did that video, and I'm just going to come around to where we can show you just a little bit what's happening. So things like I've got FT990s, FT980s, you know, stuff starting to get into boxes, trying to get the 901 series gear all together, like all the Henry amps. We've got the 70 centimeter amp there, 6 meter amp, is that one? No, that's a 6, that's the 2 meter 1 kilowatt. But we are sort of slowly starting to get a bit more order until you go to the CB radios, which we are not in order at all. All right, well, look, it's been good to get a bit done in here. As you can see, we've got a bit of cleaning up to do over the next few more days to get things really organised. We've got to get this space here totally clear. And And basically, these racks here, we want to get these clear as well. So basically these here, we know what's on there now, which is great. We've got a fair idea, you know, what's sitting around, some of the JC Penney's and the Bearcats and all the bits and pieces. So now it's time to come off here. We know they all work, which is great, except this one here. A little bit of work to do on it. We're not perfect. But once again, still boxes to get through with lots of bits and pieces, and a bit of sacrilege over here. This should not be open like this. This is the 1942 set. And the freezer, which has become the FT102, FT101ZD, and FT107 testing station, which is why those tables are going to help over there so much. All right, this is just a rundown. As you can see, in the next couple of days, this all got to go. We're going to be doing the biggest burn off. Going to have to the plastic we don't burn because we use that for, but all the cardboard boxes we've just got. Once again, too many cardboard boxes. It's gone crazy again. So you know, it's which you know, it's very hard to convince Sam that that I'm not actually buying that much when the cardboard boxes keep on sort of coming in. That's right. I was just a bit curious. Oh, that's one of the white-faced Apollos. What have we got over there? 320s. Yeah, okay. It's all right. I'm just having a bit of a look for myself. Underneath all that there, like there's 530s down there. There's, what is that one? Oh, God. Oh, that's the Super Radio. Actually, worth a quick mention. Can I see? Oh, hang on. Sideband, would you believe it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's me. Not. Yeah, this is that sideband one we were having a play with the other day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah, full. Been after one of those for years, would you believe it? And mate of mine helped me out with that, so that was just really nice of him. But yeah, so there's more crows and more bits and pieces down. And we'll be clearing this area out next. There's actually some beautiful old Wagner HF radios in there. There's a bit of T-Berry stuff over there. So yeah, we're getting there. All right, 73s. Just wanted to give you guys an update to tell you it is getting there. The last time I left you with a video that was this long, we said it would get better. Well, we didn't lie. We just haven't quite got to even over. This is my tools rack over there, and there seems to be radios stacked over there. I don't know. It just is getting there slowly. I want to get all this stuff off the top too. This can go in the other shed because it doesn't need to be there, and we can actually use some of that space very efficiently. And the other thing that's happening very soon is from there to there to there to there. We're bringing the scissor lift in, and we're getting this mezzanine floor in here, so that'll give us a bit more room for more rubbish, of course. All right, 73s, and thanks very much for having a little bit of a browse at some of the Adelaide stuff. It's taken me months to get to it, but 98% of what you're looking at there is really been from Adelaide, and some great bits and pieces. Particularly, I really, really, really like that one there. I've got quite a few Chemtronics and Pace base stations, and that one's really, really clean. Okay, 73s from VK3CM or JDW229, Tangambalinga, northeastern Victoria. Cheers all.